What's up, YouTube? This is 2 times XP here, and I'm back with another one. So, I'm going to be doing a little bit more main story progression here today. As you can see, I have 4 of my characters up to level 220, and I'm currently working on getting Nightwing to 220. And in order for me to do that, I've been spending most of my diamonds on getting titanium XP here in the shop. But once I get to 220, I'm going to actually fall back on doing that because I need to start putting away resources for other things like Cheshire. Also, since it took me so many pulls to get Swamp Thing, I have no super encrypted tokens here, so I need to start buying this again. So I will go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. I only have 2 right now, and I have 6 encrypted tokens, but it's okay. That's what we have to use the resources and we have to replenish them. So at this point in time, my Swamp Thing is at rank 8. So that's not that's not too bad, but in order for him to work as intended, he's gonna need to be ranked 10. There's no getting around it. He needs to be ranked 10. He's very squishy. I don't know if that's a bug or whatnot, but he is very squishy. He's a squishy character, and that's not good. So I'm hoping with the release of Cheshire and Dr. Poison, that helps him out a lot because at this moment in time, Swamp Thing's just not very good. And in order for me to get him to rank 10, my plan of action for Swamp Thing, I'm most likely gonna have to invest my eighth metal here that I've been saving up, which is okay. It only took me about maybe 2 months, well, 2 cycles pretty much to save this up because I got a lot of my eighth metal from the security plan here that I paid for, and that's one of the best ways to get eighth metal is with the security plan. So I will be just saving it back up. So I don't mind getting Swamp Thing up to rank 10 and using that. But once I get him to rank 9, in order for me to get him to rank 10, I have 30 of his shards already. So I'm gonna save those shards. And if you're gonna spend for this event and you already have him at rank 8, I would not go for these deals at all. So I want to show you. I have not bought any of these deals, but the only deals here that I will consider buying is this for the badge material. Also for pulling Cheshire. So $5 for 10 pulls, which they give you a limit of 2. That's 20 pulls for Cheshire. You need Cheshire. So I will be buying this one. This one here, badge material. It's not very much, but it helps. And 10 pulls for $5. So I will definitely be buying these 2. I'm still debating on these 2, but I may as well buy one, if not both of these, just to help level up Swamp Thing badge faster. So I will show you the offer that I will buy for value. This here is the better value for your money. So once I get him to rank 9 using my eighth metal, this will open up and I get 10 free shards for Swamp Thing. So that'll give me 40. And if I buy this one for 49.99, I would get 20 super encrypted tokens for pools, for future pools. I get um 400 purple shards right here, which you need a lot of shards, which I think is like 500 or something like that. I need that resource. And then I get 60 Swamp Thing shards right here. And then I get 3,280 diamonds. So that is the better value if you're going to spend this offer here. is not a very good offer for 49.99 if you're going to spend because 40 pulls is not enough. You could use this and still not get Swamp Thing. So for dupes, I would say bypass this. I would not buy this if you have him at rank 8. I would not buy this because this currency right here, it's okay, but it's more of a bait currency, I feel, because you can use it to buy some shards at the shop, but why go that route when you still need the purples and everything like that? And I feel like the special deal that they have going for him, I didn't mean to go there, but let's go back here. See, it's just these tokens here and 40 pools. It's not a good value there. The best value here, you're guaranteed to just go ahead and straight up buy the dupe. Because if you get a dupe, it's gonna be 60 shards. You might as well just buy it right here. If you can get the rank 8 without pulling so much, just get them to rank 8, unlock this stuff. If you have the 8th medal, spend it, go ahead, get the rank 9 and buy this deal. And it'll be a much easier time getting Swamp Thing to rank 10 than buying this deal over here. Well, 3 times, 3 or 4 times, because you'll end up spending more in the long run pulling for him at this point and getting less for it because this here, this currency is only good for this shop over here. It's only good for this. And once you buy the amount of items here that they allow you to buy, you don't have any more need for this currency. So it's not a good value unless you really want the shards for Judo Master or Vigilante, or that's fine if you think that's great value. But I personally don't think that's great value, so I won't be getting that currency. I just straight up at the lower end just $50. That's it. And be done with it. Because also since scored in I finished in the top 4 of Victor's Arena, I got quite a bit of those, currency for the Elite Arena here, so once this is, resets in 5 days, I could just buy 10 Swamp Thing shards from here and help me rank up my character. So that's also an option since I have 9,000 here, and I'm also gonna be buying Wonder Woman shards out of here, and if I need to buy another character shards in here, maybe Poison Ivy, I can do that, and also now that Poison Ivy is relevant again, I will be buying her shards out of the, Elseworld shop along with Nightwing. Batman, I recently got him to rank 10, so I'm not going to be buying his shards. I think he's a very good character. I like Batman a lot, but I don't need Batman to be beyond 10. Well, yeah, beyond 10 right now. So I think that's I can hold up on Batman for now. Sorry about this. I have to reset something over here on my iPad. I'm over here struggling. I don't know why this isn't showing up. Okay, there we go. All right. Now that that's out the way, so let's get back to it. So yeah, I'm going to be investing my currency here, my elite arena currency into Wonder Woman here and also buying some more Swamp Thing shards. So it's not as bad to get him up to rank 10 for me. And yeah. Also, the Disruptor Cannon got nerfed. I didn't have my Disruptor Cannon at rank 5. I would like I would have liked it to get it to rank 5, but I've only been able to get it to rank 3 so far. I think it works great. But for those players that did invest into the Disruptor Cannon to get it to level 5, I heard it was completely busted and broken, and they nerfed it. How do I feel about that? I think that if you sell a product and you didn't do your due diligence to test it out thoroughly and properly, I don't think you should have nerfed it right off the back like that because people bought and invested in this product as sold. That's how it was advertised. That's how it worked. Maybe it worked too good, but hey, that's what you sold. If you're going to make such a big change to an item like this, I'm pretty sure people should get compensated, especially those who actually got theirs up to rank 5. Since I didn't get it up to rank 5, I don't know how the canon was, so I can't really speak on that. But I also think the right thing to do is to compensate the players who did, especially ones who did get it to rank 5, give them their resources back or something. 'Cause that's a lot of resources that could have gone to another item. Like for me, the first item I want to get to rank 5 now will be the throne. I think this is a really great reinforcement. They basically give this to you for free by completing tasks, and I think getting this up to rank 5 would do a lot for this reinforcement and make make certain gameplay like PvP, main story, and stuff like that a lot easier because your characters have a lot more survivability and also getting start doing their ultimates a little bit more faster. So I think that that'd be great. Anyways, let's get to some main story progression because I definitely need the diamonds. I am completely broke. If anyone here has Swamp Thing, let me know in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about Swamp Thing. I just right now I'm just gonna really sit on the fence about him. I'm just gonna give him benefit of the doubt and say, okay, he needs the poison team because his kit evolves around poison, and that's what his thing is. His thing is poison. We're gonna give him that. I also think he's gonna need that artifact as well because he's on the front line. He's gonna be taking a lot of damage, and as he takes damage, the artifact is also going to be putting poison stacks on people. So I think overall, I think in the long run he will be okay. But we just have to see. Maybe they need to give him a boost, a little buff as well, which wouldn't be uncommon because I think he needs to be a little bit more tanky. Because right now he is not front row tank material. I would even say right at this current moment, Lex is more tankier than Swamp Thing. So hopefully we can get that fixed because he is an expensive character. He needs a lot to make him work. Oh boy. Also, speaking of Robin here, since Poison is coming out, do you guys think that he gains a little bit more popularity as being a character to take up since he can bypass tanks and go straight for the back line? I think he's viable. I think he's definitely viable now because you're gonna wanna try to get the Cheshire and Dr. Poison and a character with his kid and his ability. I think he's gonna be a lot more used now, especially for free to play players because he's a lot easier to get for free to play players. So I will also be looking at ways that free to play players can counter poison teams and also oh man. So yeah, I'll definitely gonna work on finding characters that free to play players can level up and have success with the poison team. We're gonna definitely need that. Already get up to round 7 and Robin's still on the battlefield. Black Canary is very good. It's just too bad she's an elite and the power creep, her power just drops off tremendously. She's only good for the maybe the first 15 sections of main story, then she just drops off. Even though Poison Team probably will be meta, I would still encourage free to play players to definitely build the block team first, Ocean Master and Nightwing, because they can clear and get you through most of the content in this game. They're a very solid, viable PvP team. And that's why I want players to also remember that the Poison team is not going to be free to play friendly. So you're not going to really have to worry about that team just running rampant and wild. Maybe the top 20 players may have it, or players that's been hoarding and saving up resources are going to have those teams, but your majority of people aren't going to have the full team. Like Penguin, for example, a lot of people who's been playing this game for a while now still don't have Penguin. So don't feel bad if you don't have the poison team. Don't feel like you need these characters. You don't need these characters because before I pulled and went for Swamp Thing, I did not need him. I was leaning more towards going for the Mr. T team since I had Mr. T unlocked already. I had Superman DCU, and all I was waiting for was Guy Gardner to hit the shop, but I still hadn't pulled Starfire or Dr. Phosphorus. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can pivot for the poison team at this point in time because I don't have all the characters need for Mr. T team at this time, and I'm still gonna go for the Mr. T team, but now I'm gonna put the Mr. T team behind the poison team. You can always work your way back. You can always change your plan if you want to go that route. I just think that the poison team is gonna be a very niche team, very niche. Because you need a lot to run that team properly. Even Poison Ivy, I was looking at her kit earlier as well, and I think you're going to need her at rank 10 as well. You're going to need these characters at rank 10. It's a very expensive team. So I don't think I would even have this whole team set up ready to go. And that's fine. At some point I will have the whole team set up to go. But right now it's gonna be a process and just enjoy the process. Don't feel the need to say, hey, because this YouTube content creator maxed out his characters right away. I need to do the same thing. Hey, if you already have teams that are working, like your sacrifice team, your block team, your Mr. T team, and your burn team, don't stop investing in those characters just because the poison team came out. Don't stop investing in your team. Don't change your plan of action because I'm going to pull for them. I'm going to get them up as high as I can and leave them at that. If I have to pivot away and go back to investing into my main team, as you can see it that's working right now, I'm going to use them until they don't work anymore. If I get to a point in the main stages where my block team just isn't doing what I need it to do, then I may switch and pivot to my sacrifice team. If that works, then it works until it doesn't work anymore, if that makes sense. Use what you got until it doesn't work anymore. And then when it doesn't work anymore, then pivot away and start investing your resources into another team. But the saying is, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Now, if you really like this team and you want to pursue this team and in the long run say, hey, this team is going to help me in the long run, I totally understand. And that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping this team helps me out because there are boards or levels where back row is the problem. And trying to get through the tanks to get to the back row can be a nightmare. You can get timed out a lot of times, and the back row is doing all the damage. They're the ones who's healing the tanks up, and they're frustrating it. I think the sole purpose of the poison team is to be able to counter those type of stages. It's expensive counter, but we're gonna see together if it's worth your resources because this is a resource management game by far, first and foremost. Some resources you can invest and get them back. You could try some characters out, but certain things, if you invest those resources like badges, for example, you can't get those resources back. I could put resources into an artifact and get those resources back. I can put resources into an elite or an epic character to a certain degree. So epic characters, you could put resources into those characters up to level rank 6. But if you go beyond rank 6, you can't get those resources back. I like that feature of the game. And legendaries, I don't think you get any of your resources back if you put any resources into a legendary. So legendary, you really need to be careful with. You don't want to go in blindly with a character. You should know his limitations in and out. Know the teams that he can run with. Is this a really good investment or is it not? So I've even been doing that. I've been looking at characters, and for me, I want to try to put the big three DPS characters on top of everybody else when it comes to legendary. Like for me, that's Deathstroke, Sinestro, which I don't have, and maybe Hal Jordan. But I'm not. I don't feel like I need Hal Jordan. I already have Wonder Woman. I already have Wonder Woman, and I like her kit a lot. A lot of people say she's fall off at the end of the game. Maybe so. So I do need to take that into consideration because if everybody's saying something, there's something there. It's not like they're just saying it to say it. If a lot of people are saying the same exact thing, maybe you need to listen. And that's what I do. I'm always open. I don't try to think that I know everything. And most people are like that. They're very optimistic. They're not gonna just say, "Oh, this is right and this completely wrong." But if a lot of people are saying the same thing, especially in game players are saying, okay, this character ain't that strong at end game. There may be something there to it. That's all I'm gonna say. So always be mindful of that. You don't want to waste resources. So if someone has already tested that theory for you, hey, thank them. Say, hey, thank you, because they're not getting those resources back. Now maybe you could save your resources and say, I don't want to invest in this character to that point, to that level. Unless, once again, you really like that character. Right now, the main character, I would say, especially for a legendary character, if you have Aquaman, take him to the moon, take him to the next planet, take him beyond the stars, just take him as high as you can. He's the best investment in the game. Aquaman. He could he's plug and play. He can do everything. He's the everything man. And that's what I'm gonna start calling Aquaman, the everything man. He can do everything in this game. He is better than Superman in this game by far. Because what he not only can do for himself, but what he does for the team. Any team. See, his kit would have been really bad if they limit his school of fish or any of those abilities to only a sacrifice team, but they didn't. He can do this on any team. He just makes teams better. Aquaman makes block better. I dropped Bloodsport because Aquaman is just better. He's just a better character. A lot of people say, well, you want to limit each team to one legendary, which is true. I do follow that rule because because you can't rank up every legendary at the same rate. Legendaries are very expensive, it's very time consuming, and you want to try to limit your teams to one legendary per team, especially if you're running 3 teams in Elite Arena. You want to limit those legendary. You don't want to be just ranking up every legendary just because it's a legendary. What value does that legendary bring? I can use Aquaman on 2 teams, really any team, but 2 teams for sure, sacrifice team and block team. And because I wasn't having very good luck pulling shards for Bloodsport, I had to drop them. I had to drop Bloodsport. I took the resources out of them because I was only able to get them to 6. And if later, if I'm able to get more Bloodsport shards, then may revisit him, rank him up, but right now, I don't need him, and that's okay. You may not have the perfect block team, but the block team really runs off of Ocean Master and Nightwing. That's it. And for my free to play players, so if you're free to play, stay focused on the block team or the sacrifice team or whatever team that you like the most. But since the block team, and I'm going back to the block team because that team is so free to play friendly. Because Nightwing shards are in Elseworld shop. You can always get his shards. Ocean Master is in the Elite Arena store. You can get his shards regularly. Even if you don't have the legendary that you don't want right now, you can continue to buy his shards. You can easily get those characters to rank 10 and beyond easily, gradually. And that's what I plan to do. I'm not going to stop ever buying Nightwing shards. He is one of the best epic tanks in the game by far. I would say John Stewart has overtaken him, but you could put those two together. If you're just building a free to play friendly team, the 2 tanks I would go with Nightwing and John Stewart. Ocean Master. Ocean Master in the back, Kid Flash, or better yet, you can go with instead of having Kid Flash, I would say run Pandora because she has a heal and a cleanse, and also Constantine or Batman in the back. Constantine preferably because he has an AoE attack, but Batman is good. I would say situational. So you investing in certain epic characters is going to help your account out a lot. You're going to save a lot of resources. and you're gonna be able to rank up characters a lot faster than you would if you're spreading your resources thin, especially if you're using a lot of legendary. So I may fall back on legendary characters a lot. Once I get the ones that I want, a lot of legendaries are gonna just be sitting at rank 8. That's why Lex is at rank 8. He's not needed right now for me to have him at rank 10. Deathstroke, I will be getting him to rank 10. Aquaman, he's already at rank 10. Peace Peacemaker. I have Peacemaker. I ranked him up to 9, but he's gonna be at 9 for a long time. I don't plan on doing anything crazy with Peacemaker other than using him as a tank right now on the block team. Because I can easily, at some point, once I get John Stewart's shards up, I could take Peacemaker out and I could just slide in John Stewart, save resources. And depending on how the poison team performs, hey, maybe I would then invest more into the penguin. I'm going to try to get the penguin up as well. So there's a lot of work to do, which I'm excited for. It's a marathon. It's not a race, a sprint. I mean, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Don't feel you need to try to get characters up as fast as possible. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the progress. No need to sprint through it. Take your time because when you start sprinting, trying to be the first one to cross the line and say, "Hey, I got all these characters up to rank 10," you may be the one who finds out that it wasn't worth it. And then you may have buyer's remorse. So let other people make that mistake first. Let us make the mistake and invest in some of these characters. I would. I do it all the time. I look at other content creators' videos and I look and say, okay, that character ain't working a certain way or it needs a buff. I'll wait for that buff, then I revisit that character. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing whatsoever wrong with that. We may end up losing this match. They took out my Ocean Master. So you can start to see now a little bit of the power creep when it comes between epics and legendaries. As you can see, the legendaries are still standing, they're still fighting. But Ocean Master, the generalist of this team, he's already been knocked out. Hopefully Aquaman's enough to be able to get through this level. But they do have the type advantage as well. So maybe if I lose with this, maybe I give my sacrifice team a try. Okay. I still haven't got Starfire. I really want that character for my Mr. T team. Okay. We got through it. A lot of people think Peacemaker isn't that good, but I think he's still good. I still think he's good. He's very situational. He's still good. He needs a lot of investment, of course, but as a tanky character, see, Peacemaker is a very tanky character just naturally. And I wish Swamp Thing had that tankiness, but he doesn't. Who doesn't? Epic I feel like a lot of epic characters like Nightwing, John Stewart is way more tankier than Swamp Thing. That's a problem. That is a problem. That's a problem. They need to hot fix that ASAP because if you're going to sell a character as a legendary character and epic characters have better defense than them, and I'm not saying you need to make him Swamp Thing a complete monster, but his tankiness is not there. So I'm hoping they buff Swamp Thing because so far, even as a standalone character, I don't feel like he needs to be like, okay, even without poison characters, and this is just my honest opinion, I feel like he still needs to be able to at least take hits because right now he doesn't take hits well at all. And a lot of people are thinking that once the poison team gets in, like myself, I definitely think that as well. He's gonna get a lot better, but right now doesn't have the tankiness. It's not there. Peacemaker's a way better tank than most people give him credit for because he also provides eagerly once you get Bash 30 with him, which I would say, that's a stretch. It's not a groundbreaking badge, but I have seen people using a level 30 badge on Peacemaker, and Eagly does a lot of damage, and he's constantly hitting. He's like broken at level 30. He is hitting hard. It's like having a six companion on the field that can't be taken out. As long as Peacemaker on the field, he's on the field constantly doing damage every round. He's doing a lot of damage. So Peacemaker is not a character to sleep on by far. I fought this guy in the arena. He had the 30 badge. It was nice. He was nice. There we go. Disrupt the can. I hope. Wait a minute. The icon didn't show up, so I don't know if they completely broke the disruptor cannon. I see the silence, but I think they took something off the cannon. And if that is the case, not only did they nerf the if they not only nerf the rank 5 ability, but they took off the ability with the they gonna need to refund some characters a lot of resources because you sold a product. Now you completely change the product. That's not good. So I kind of see what people are talking about now. It's not even a rank 5 issue. I think this is a disrupted cannon nerf, complete nerf. So it's not a disrupted cannon anymore. It seems like a silence cannon now, and that's it. Yeah, they're gonna have to do something about this if that's the case. Because now I don't think people would have spent money, time, or resources for this cannon if they said this was gonna be the cannon. Putting something in the game and then completely breaking it or taking said abilities away from it, that is very misleading and that is bad. That is a bad thing because I don't see the marking anymore. Only thing I see this cannon doing is silencing Superman. So if he's still doing the amount of superpower damage he was doing and he hasn't been nerfed by 30% for the rest of the battle, that is a problem. That's not a player's problem because that's what the cannon was told, it was sold. to do. And if they're not, they need to compensate for this. And I do mean they need to compensate. Not just 200 diamonds. No, they need to compensate for this F up because it's a F up. I'm gonna have to test this disruptor cannon a lot now because I do not see that mark anymore above above the character's head that lets you know that he's been hit with the disruptor cannon and he's been nerfed. That mark is no longer there, and I think that that's going to be an issue for a lot of players because if we knew something was bugged, then they should have fixed that before they put that event out because people probably would have went for parallax, crypto, or something else. So I will be doing that later on today. I will be testing the disruptor cannon out a lot and making a video on the disruptor cannon. Okay. Aquaman doing Aquaman things. Can't wait to get Deathstroke up to rank 10. It's gonna be nice. Rank 10, badge 30. I think I'm only one badge upgrade away from getting him to rank 30. I'm gonna check in a little bit. But this throne reinforcement is no slouch at all. I really like this a lot. I definitely say it's top three. A lot of people like the Batmobile. I I see the value with the Batmobile, but I don't think it should be a legendary. I think it's more of a really good epic one. If anything, it should have been a purple because the damage isn't crazy high, and the stuns aren't guaranteed. It's very random. It's hit or miss with the stuns. So I would definitely say people should be wary of the Batmobile. I don't think it's great. It's good, but it's not great. The Disruptor Cannon was great. It was great. I mean, you could have used this thing in any of the game modes and progressed through. It definitely shift battles. It definitely helped with progression. But I think that that's what they're like. Oh my god, people are just blowing through the story now because the yeah. I mean, but you put it in there, so I mean, this is what playtesting is for. And I think players would have told you, hey, the cannon is pretty busted, so you may want to look at that. I think Mr. Squirrel also mentioned that, hey, we need play testing. Let the players like we're playing this game. We're playing this product, but if you're gonna constantly put out a product and then when the product is overperforming because it is overperforming, then you change that product. That's bad because then the players lose those resources that they put into that cannon. So for everyone who ranked their cannon up to rank 5, It doesn't function like that anymore. Do we get the resources back? I think we should get those resources back because it doesn't work anymore. Get those resources back. I'm glad I only got mine up to rank 3, and I used my resources to rank up the throne because I was really looking forward to that. I think the throne is very good. I'm glad that everybody can get the throne. It was not like one of those reinforcements that's locked behind a event. I think the throne is very good and a safe investment, especially now that you see that they would literally put out the disruptor cannon and then nerf it into the ground. They should rename it the silence cannon because that's all it's doing now. It's just silence the person it hits and that's it. I definitely like to hear people's argument now and say Peacemaker is bad. Peacemaker is good. Compared to Swamp Thing, he is good. He's better by far. Swamp Thing can't take a hit at all. Can't take a hit. I would go far to say Nightwing and John Stewart is better tanks than Swamp Thing right now. So I'm hoping I'm wrong. Once there's more poison, he does more. Right now, and also the artifact that goes with Swamp Thing. That ability should have been in his kit. I feel like they took that ability out of his kit and put it into an artifact. Because if you look at how the artifact functions, it was like, okay, it should have been on Swamp Thing. It shouldn't have been on Penguin. It should have been on Swamp Thing. But because they want to make money, I guess somebody's smart epic idea was to, hey, let's take out a part of Swamp Thing kit and basically put it in an artifact. Let's put it in an artifact. And once you get the artifact, he's gonna work better. But also if his defense is still very low, I think Swamp Thing needs a natural buff right now. I think if he's with the poison team or not with the poison team, he should still be able to take a hit. I feel like they're overselling the poison aspect of it because they're saying, "Oh well, he just needs poison characters, so he can't take a hit." But if he takes a hit with the poison team, he still just dies right off the back. That's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. I definitely have some buyer's remorse at that point. We got to be able to trust the product, and if they don't get to a point where they're actually letting some of the content creators and players play test some of these reinforcements and characters before they release them, you can't keep going back because it works too well. This canon was sold based on those purposes. Swamp Thing is sold based on the way they said he was going to work. I don't know. I think if anything, they should have immediately made the change. I don't think they should have released it. I don't think they need to have any more reinforcement events like this going forward unless they playtest this more or let some of the players playtest this more, give them feedback, and then they make the final decision and say, hey, we're going to keep this like this or we're going to change it now and push it back. Because a good, this is not a good look if you're gonna constantly say, "Hey, I'm gonna sell you something," and then I'm gonna come back 3 days later and I'm going to change it. Just like me selling you a car. I sold you a car as is. You bought that car because of how I sold it to you. Then I come back the next day and I take the windows out of that car. Do you still want that car? Probably not. You don't want that car anymore because you're gonna say, I had windows, I had rims. I'm gonna say, well, I felt the car was too good. I got home, I felt the car was too good, so I came back and I took the windows off that car. Do you still want that car? Probably not. And that's how players feel about the disruptor cannon right now. You came back and took the windows off of it. Now it doesn't work the same. You wanna drive a car with no windows? I don't think you're gonna want to drive a car with no windows. And I don't mean this to be a rant video. I just want people to be aware because I don't want you to have buyer's remorse because that's the real thing. You buy something, then you don't like what you bought because you invested into something that that's not working the way it should work. Be careful of this. I think they need to play test this stuff a lot more, and they should utilize some of the content creators to help them play test this stuff. Does that mean giving some of the content creators a little bit more resources or something to boost? Hey, if you got to do that, then do that. But don't come and continue this path of pushing things out because you have a deadline or you're trying to make money. Then you're coming back and changing it. The disruptive canon, they shouldn't have touched it at this point. They shouldn't have touched it because if I sell you a car and come back 3 days later and take your windows off your car, I don't think you're gonna want that car anymore. You're gonna say, "How can you do that?" And not communicating with the gamers, with the players. You're just gonna come back and you're just gonna do it because it's performing too good. That's your fault. You sold it like that. That's on you. It's mine now. I don't want it changed. I don't want it touched. If you're gonna touch it and break it, I should be compensated or refund. I should have that option. I should have that option. If any player spent a dime, 20 bucks, $5, they should be compensated. And so far, they haven't shown me enough to say, hey, they haven't compensated enough for the things for the bugs. They should be given 2,000 diamonds minimum, something. Because you can't take it outside this game. If you spend 20 bucks, hey, you get are they gonna refund you your $20? Or are they gonna keep just changing things when they feel like it? You have to ask yourself that. It's not something to overlook and say, "Oh, well, I like this part of the game. This works for me," but yeah, and it's okay until they start touching or removing or changing things that you do like. I really liked the disrupted canon, and I liked it as it was. Now, is it just a silence canon and that's it? Are they going to rebuff it up after they finish looking at it and say, "Hey, we're gonna put it back." Maybe we say, "Okay, 25% was too high. Maybe we nerf it down to 15%. We'll take 10% off of it." But I think they still needed not to do what they did and completely negate rank 5 of that canon. So I just wanna say to anyone who does see this video, have buyers buyer beware. They will sell you a car and come back and take the windows out of it. They will do that. They've shown that and they will not compensate you for it. I will say they have been Well, one of the devs have been communicating a lot more in Discord. I give them all the credit in the world. I know it's not easy going on and being a public speaker for people, and I know that a lot of these decision isn't on him, and I just want to put that out there. It's not on him. He's probably just the guy, one of the devs, a part of the team, and they say, "Here, I don't want to deal with this. You take this is your job now. You take care of this. You're basically the community manager. You talk to the players, and that's it. Get some feedback and you bring it to us." I don't think he's the guy who's pushing the button. I don't think he's that guy, but he works with them and he can only give them the feedback that we give. And I think more players need to be vocal on Discord. They need to utilize Discord because that's the only way we can talk to the devs or get a message back to whoever is making these decisions that, hey man, if it's for money, it's not good. It's not a good look, and it's going to run off your fan base. It's going to run off the fan base of the game. People are going to be upset. They're going to be like, hey, I was sold something and then they took it back. And people are going to be upset about it. I would like them to basically put in a newsletter, something, say, hey, we did this to disrupt the canon. Hey, we're sorry, blah, blah, blah. Here's a compensation package for all players who invested in this disruptive canon. It doesn't matter if you got rank 5 or not. And the players who did get rank 5, maybe they need their resources back so they can be more informed before they invest, because I'm pretty sure it was like 30 of those golden leaf resources for reinforcement upgrades. I think they had to use at least 30. I'm not sure. But for any player who did use that much resource, because I would be pissed. I would be completely pissed if I put that much resources into the disrupted cannon to get it to rank 5, and then they just negate rank 5. I would be like, no, you need to run that back. You need to give that back. At this point in time, they should hopefully they do the right thing. I don't think they should do a small diamond they need to refund those resources for level 5 for rank 5, and that's it. They need to give it back. Whereas you can see here, this is pretty much a typical main stage run. Right now, Block is still just chewing through content. And the reason why I like Peacemaker on this team is because he gives a little bit more heal. Ocean Master gives heal, but Peacemaker also provides heal. And running Aquaman in the back, I mean, he's just like a good insurance policy. He's going to make sure the tanks stay alive. He's going to make sure most of your characters stay alive. Deathstroke is pretty squishy. He's a very squishy character. I've seen Deathstroke get deleted plenty of times, and that's why I think he's really good because he's not very tanky. So if he was more tanky, I think he would really be a menace on the battlefield more than the menace that he already is. But I think that to balance him out, he needed to be a little bit more squishy because he does have life steal. And I think Deathstroke is going to be a really hard counter for Swamp Thing. So I don't know if Poison has this big edge over over the Block team as people think they do because of the fact of what color Swamp Thing is versus the color of the Block team. I think Penguin's gonna work fine against the Block team because he is a mighty he's very tanky. I've had trouble getting past Penguin in other game modes. He's a very good tank. Ping was a very good tank. Swamp Thing, not so much. He's kinda in that same realm as Lex Luthor, but I feel Lex is a better tank naturally than Swamp Thing, and that's a lot to say. That's a lot to say. Aquaman is the best tank. Jon Stewart, one of the best tanks. I would say you'll be able to get through most of the content if you just have Nightwing and Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart, when he's on the team, he's always the last to die. He's always the last to die. I use Jon Stewart. That dude's a monster. For an epic, if you don't have Peacemaker, don't get him. I would tell anybody if you don't have Peacemaker, do not get him. You do not need him. He is good, not great. Get Jon Stewart and take him to the moon. I hope they don't break Jon Stewart because there have been talks that they feel Jon Stewart is performing too good. That's the word on Discord. On the streets of Discord, that is the word. Jon Stewart is overperforming. He is overperforming. So now, if they go and break Jon Stewart, how would you feel about that? They take off a lot of his shield now. They're saying he's overperforming. I don't know, it's rough because you continue to take one step forward and two steps back. The yo-yoing. I can't keep changing my mind. This is what you call a toxic relationship in the gaming space. This is a toxic relationship. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm always at the disadvantage. I'm always disadvantaged. I'm always going to be okay. I'm going to be the buyer. I'm always going to be the victim in a situation because you can decide at any point in time that you want to take something away, and I have no say so. You just update the game whenever you feel like it. Okay, cool. I know we said it's gonna be this. I changed my mind. We take it back. Man, Starfire is putting in work on us. But this is what I like a lot about the block team as well. I mean, they're just good, solid characters. Look at the heal. And once I take out one of these minions here, Peacemaker's gonna give quite a bit of heal. I really like Peacemaker a lot. And when it comes to characters, you don't have to play with characters because someone else like a character. Like for me, I may be the only player who likes Martian Manhunter. Just because I play Martian Manhunter doesn't mean you're gonna like playing with Martian Manhunter. And I'm not trying to oversell Martian Manhunter, but I think he's a counter to poison. I naturally think he's a natural counter to poison because he has that 30% debuff damage reduction, and he also has a cleanse and a heal. So when he gets healed, he gives away heal. I think that's really strong, and I think he synergizes best right now with the sacrifice team. Because if you look at the sacrifice team, you're not running three tanks. Mara is more of a bruiser, but when she's paired with Aquaman, she becomes more tankier. She makes him more tankier. She could be set up to run like a tank. So running Martian Manhunter as a back tank is a great idea. He is awesome. I think Martian Manhunter is a underutilized hero right now. I would say you don't need to overinvest in Martian Manhunter. I think taking him to rank 8 and leaving him there is fine for now. I might be taking him to rank 10 at some point. I'm pretty sure I will because I feel like the main stages content and all that stuff are just going to get harder, and you're going to need that damage reduction. You can have the best DPSs, but if they can't take hits, they can't stay alive, it's going to be an issue. And that's why you don't need every character to be a damage dealer. You don't need every character to be a damage dealer. It's okay to have characters on the team that do other things that provide something else to the team. And Martian Manhunter does that very well. He is not a damage dealer. He's not designed to be a damage dealer. He's more of a shield. He is a shield. He has a better shield. I feel like he has a better effect than Lex. Lex gives shields, very strong shields. But once you get into deeper waters, deeper rounds, his shields start to be very expensive. They're very expensive. Martian Manhunter is more consistent with giving debuffs, and it doesn't take away from the rest of the team. He's not eating up all the ultimate points. He's not eating them up. Lex does. You will get to points in the stage or the match where Lex is putting up shields in certain characters that are on the lesser end, on the back, farther back on the spectrum. They're not doing anything. They're just standing around. They're not popping off their ultimates. They're just standing there. They may get an ultimate off once every 3 rounds, if that. They start to stand around. That's the effect of Lex. That's the same thing Jessica Cruz does too. You could put Jessica Cruz on a team, and I've seen the gameplay of Jessica Cruz. I don't have her myself, but I've seen gameplay of high um ranked gameplay of Jessica Cruz, especially in Victor's Arena gameplay. You put her on the team, she puts those shields up, she does well, but the longer the fight goes, she starts to dominate and just keeps taking all the energy, and no one else is doing anything. And that can work for you or it can work against you, depending on the setup, the match. It can work with you or against you. That's why I tell people be wary of characters like Lex and Jessica Cruz. Even though shields are very strong, they get to the point where they cost too much to maintain. So balancing out your characters and making sure you know the ins and outs of your characters is important. Don't just say, okay, Mr. Squirrel, 2 times XP, superhero gamer, anger fire, MT buckets. Oh, he's using this character. He says great, and just run with it. No, don't do that. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research. Ask questions. I ask a lot of questions. I bounce knowledge with other players. I ask them questions. They ask me questions. I try to get back as much feedback as I can, and then I make a determination if I want that character or not. And that's always the better route to go, especially because this is a very resource heavy game where resources are limited. The game is not giving you a ton of resources, so you can just play around with it. It takes time. I feel like most characters are good, but there are some characters that are really, really bad. For example, who's a really bad character that I can think of right off the back? Hmm. I want to say a really bad character right now. Hmm. We'll have to take a look at it after this, after I'm done with main stages. But there's some bad characters in this game, or characters that don't have a home, as I would say. Some characters just they don't have a home. I feel like Batman is a really good character and probably the hardest single target striker in the game, along with Deathstroke. Especially for a red attacker, for a mighty attacker, Batman is very good. I like Batman a lot. I got enough shards. I took them straight from rank 4 straight up to rank 10. I'm telling you, certain characters are worth taking to the moon. Nightwing, take him to the moon. Take him to the moon and beyond. Just take him. Ocean Master, great character. Take him to the moon. But what I will say, if you are a new player, the only team that I would consider telling you at this point to build over block is the Mr. T team. I would say go straight for the Mr. T team if you're a new player right now. If I was starting today, I did my research, I talked to other players, I would go straight for the Mr. T team because the Mr. T team has a very unique style and they to me they perform better in late game than block. Block is still very much used, very viable, but I will definitely tell players, hey, go straight for the Mr. T team. Guy Gardner is in the pool, Mr. T is in the pool, but the issue with the Mr. T team, you need Superman DCU. That's the only character in that team that if you don't have he's very easy to get if you're in the States or out of the States, if you have a friend or another player that you can talk to, and I've done this for another player, like get them HBO Go account for $10. They link their account to that HBO account. They go to DC Worlds Collide main page. They link their account to that page and they get DCU Superman for basically $10. $10 and you could get one of the best legendaries in the game and you need DCU Superman in order to run Mr. T team. He's practically free. You can watch the Peacemaker, you can watch the new Superman movie, which I thought the movie it was okay. The movie the DCU the new Superman movie it was cool. I liked it. I thought I liked it how they utilized Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific. They gave them a lot of shine in that movie. They really did. I thought Mr. Terrific character and Guy Gardner character, they were very funny in the movie. And to me, that was some of the highlights of the movie that I like about the Crypto was a little bit annoying to me. He was very annoying character. What do we have here? Okay, let's see here. I'm probably gonna only be able to do one of these because I noticed once I get to a new stage, they usually allow me to do one or two stages and then they'll say, oh, well, you need 5 characters at 220 rank. Well, yeah, 220 levels. But also, if you're clearing stages, I would tell any player, even a free to play player, I would still consider you a free to play player, even if you bought the growth fund. And I know that goes against the definition of free to play. Free to play means you pay nothing. Well, I say be a minimalist player or something. Change the term. I'm a minimalist player. Yes, I'm not a big spender. But one of the things that's going to help you out a lot is just buying a growth fund. Buy that growth fund if you can. That's $10. I would say growth fund and security plan if you're going to be a minimalist player. That's the closest to being a free to play player that you could be, but you're able to at least rank up your legendaries. And also, you're going to get consistent resources in order to advance your account. If you really like this game and you really enjoy it with all of his bugs and the devs changing things and doing things constantly or I want to give them grace. Yes, they have changed some things, they have broke some things, but I also want to put out that they have done some great things for the game. They are starting to put the roadmap, which was very problematic. The roadmap issue. not knowing when characters are coming out, that is very problematic. I'm glad that they're starting to reassess that and they see what we're saying because people that is very hard, especially now that the holidays are coming up, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Nobody wants some of the best characters in the game popping up at Christmas unannounced, kicking in the door saying, "Hey, here's a new Batman, a new legend." Who's not gonna want the new legendary Batman? You have to be crazy if you don't want the new legend. That character could suck. People are gonna want the new legendary Batman because it's Batman. You can't just drop things on people at the drop of a dime. Can't do that. It's not a good relationship to be in, especially with a gotcha game. It's not a good relationship to be in. And that's one of the things that I hope they continue to address. I hope they continue to improve on that and they listen to the characters. So the players, I mean. But when it comes to characters, there's some characters that's just really I'm not gonna say really bad because as I look at these characters, all of these characters are good. Some are great. Some of them are better than others. That is true. That's it is what it is. I would say most of the elite characters here, they aren't good. They're not good investments for sure. Especially in the later parts of the game. They're not good investments. Like the best elites right now, I would say her. She's a great she's a really good her heal is really good. Black Canary, she's very good. I've seen her used on a couple teams, but she's rare to see, but yeah. Scarecrow now, he's a budget option for the poison team. And I'm glad that he is a budget option. I just think he should have been better off as an epic. But he is a budget option for the poison team, which I do like that they're trying to make some of these elites more viable because at this time, most players are just going to bypass the elites, get their resources back, don't rank them up past rank 6, get their resources back and keep it pushing. Because if a new player asks me right now what to do, I would just tell them to use your epics. That's it. I don't want to confuse them unless it's Black Canary and probably Scarecrow. That's the only two viable ones that's worth using. If you just started off the day, of course you're gonna have this guy here, Captain Cole, and also Mr. Freeze. Those are gonna be two good tanks to just get you by. Don't take them too serious. Don't fall in love with them because they will break your heart later because they're not that good. They don't the power scale in the game, they just drop off and you can only rank them up so high. You only want to rank them up so high anyways, because once you start pulling, you're gonna get naturally just get better characters. I'm gonna have to put a lot of work into Penguin. He's not set up. I was gonna go for Bane at one point in time, but wasn't getting good pulls for him. And I actually put him in the desire pools. I put Bane in the desire pool, and I also kept Bloodsport in the desire pool for weeks, and I was not getting any pulls for Bloodsport for weeks. That got very annoying, and that's the reason why I took him off my block team because I don't really for main story. I wanted to use Bloodsport, but I was not getting the shards for him. And once Aquaman came out, Aquaman was just a very expensive and better choice to put on the use on the block team instead of keeping Bloodsport on there. So that's the only other option. But as a new player and a free to play player, yeah, Bloodsport, he'll get the job done. He gets that 100% block and he's good. You can also run Kid Flash if you don't want to use Aquaman. If you don't have Aquaman and you really don't want to add another legendary to your roster, Kid Flash is great. Zatanna is great. Those are two great options. Gives you a little bit more sustain. But Oh, yeah, Two-Face. Two-Face, this guy here, very good on the block team. So, this is why a lot of players are gonna always push you in the direction of the block team because the block team just has a lot of options. His kit is ridiculous. That's a very good kit. As you can see, if his evil side is shown, he attacks an enemy roll twice, with each hit dealing physical damage equal to 80% of the attack and adding one stack of bleed for 2 turns. So if you have Deathstroke on your team and he's the only legendary that you're gonna run on block team, if you have Deathstroke, I'm not saying you need to go out there and try to search for him and get him, but if you have Deathstroke and you want to maximize his potential on the block team, put Two-Face on that team. He makes the team better. Blue Beetle, if you don't have a good team, if you don't trust Vixen and you don't want to go and you do want to put a legendary on there and you're not going to run Deathstroke and you have a shot at Blue Beetle, go Blue Beetle. I feel like Blue Beetle, Nightwing, Ocean Master, Bloodsport, and whoever else you decide to put on the team, that's a very good combination. I've seen that combination as well. Well, the more popular team that I've seen with Block, I've seen Nightwing with Blue Beetle, Ocean Master, Constantine, and Pandora. I've seen that team a lot. That's a very free to play friendly team other than Blue Beetle. I have not seen Blue Beetle banner, so I don't consider that a very easy team to get, and I don't think you should be pulling for characters randomly. So unless this banner come out, I would just try to go with one of the cheaper options, which is probably John Stewart. Even though Shields and Block don't really mix well together, John Stewart is an exception. He's just so good. He is just so good. I would still use him over probably using Vixen. Excuse me. But yeah, Two Face is definitely a good option for the block team. I've never really seen him run at the front. You can run him at the front, but I would think Two Face would be better run in the back because of the lifesteal that he gives. He's like Zatanna for the block team. He would be good, but her kit together is just really good. I mean, for AoE team, I want to get her up at some point and put her on the AoE team. Because my AoE team, I have Lex Luthor, John Stewart, Green Arrow, and Wonder Woman. Also, right now I'm utilizing Kid Flash, but I'd rather have Zatanna because she will help give more crit and putting the frantic on giving frantic to her allies. She helps them hit a lot harder, and I like that a lot. So I think on an AoE team, Zatanna over Kid Flash for sure. So we're gonna take a trip to the arena, get a couple of battles in. So I recently got this frame here because I was in the final four here at Victor's Arena. This guy won. Here I am right here in third place. Wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, I'm in third place. This guy's in fourth place. I don't understand what determines if you get third or fourth place, or does it really even matter? But I was able to get top four, which I'm very happy about. Very happy for that. I need to check this match out as well. I might have to come back and do a video on this match. Oh man, yeah. See, I knew that he was gonna sweep him, but this guy has a really good account. This guy has a really good account. And I'm not just saying that because he's in my alliance. He really does. He has a rank 11 Aquaman, I think. Has a rank 11 Aquaman with a rank 30 badge. Yeah, so that is the rank 30 badge because as you see at the beginning of the battle, he put up School of Fish. They both have level 30 badges. See, this is high level stuff. This is why Aquaman is the best defensive, not only the best defensive, but the best legendary in the game. This guy has School of Fish everywhere. This is just nuts. And this is why I'm looking at Swamp Thing and I'm like, dude, I'm only getting Swamp Thing for content purposes. And hopefully it pays off. And the Poison team is very good because Aquaman is doing stuff like this. The dude is good. And once I get my Deathstroke to badge 30, I will be taking Aquaman up to badge 30 next. And see, just because this guy is basically annihilating the God's team, he does this to everybody else. But this guy over here, his team, he's the number one player in our server. And the God, he's like maybe four, three, four, five, somewhere in there. And he has a very good solid team as well. He just has the level, the numbers over him. But once he's able to get to like 300 and beyond, we'll see closer matches between the two. I can't wait to get my Aquaman up to badge 30. I have been 20 right now. And I'm also able to take up my Mara to rank 10. I'm gonna save the resources right now because I'm trying to rank up Poison Ivy and Cheshire's right around the corner. So I want to give a better demonstration of that team when that team comes out. So this, especially this week, I'm gonna be holding on to the most of those resources. And once I get my characters up, well, my Nightwing, all that's left for me to get up to 220 is Nightwing, and then all of my characters is in the level link system over here. They'll be up to 220, and I'm not going to use diamonds anymore to buy this because I was using my diamonds to buy all of this every day, and also I was going to the shop and buying these resources to boost my account, and that helped me out a lot because the time period to wait to boost up characters is very long. And I'm not gonna say it's a waste of resources that I did here. It just didn't allow me to buy super encrypted tokens, which is really what most people should be using their diamonds to buy. Maybe this right here as well. But once I get up to 220, I'm not gonna be buying it. I'm kind of let my account just cruise as is because I want to be able to save up and get more pools for Cheshire. So right now I only have 6. I should have 50 by the time she come out or more. I probably have a lot more because I showed you guys earlier. I am going to spend as little as money as possible, but I do want to get my rank 10 Swamp Thing and also in the shop for me anyways. Hold up here. So in the shop, I think that this is a pretty good offer here. Buy both of these. And I'm not encouraging anyone to spend, but I'm just saying what's works for me. I'm gonna buy this right here 2 times. That'll be $10. Buy this offer right here for $5. That's 15, and maybe this, so I could get Swamp Thing badge up. That's the best buy for me. and also bypass all this stuff, use my 8th medal to get him up to rank 9, and just get this right here and be done with it. That'll be it. Let's see if there's anything else for me to do here. Nope. Can give this a shot. See if this works. All right, let's see how we do here. And that's another thing I noticed too. There's not a lot of red healers in the game. That's why I also think Peacemaker has value because we don't have a lot of characters in the red characters in the game, mighty characters that do healing. It's usually blue or green for the most part. They do a lot of healing, and like this part of the game, you can't use blue or green characters to form this area, so you can only use red characters. So having Peacemaker there, he has his value. So keep that in mind. If you get Peacemaker, it's not a bad thing. He's a good character. He's a good main tank. He can play main tank or off tank. And if we're using football terms, like I like to think of my players as football players a lot of time. So I'll think like left tackle, right tackle, quarterback, running back, tight end, or receiver, whatever you want to name them. I like to look at my characters in that slot. Might be a little bit funny, but whatever. I think it's cool. Like I would say, this like Wonder Woman's position. She's the quarterback because she's the most protected. He's a left tackle. He's a right tackle. Everybody can't be a left tackle. I feel like Aquaman is the best left tackle in the game. Peacemaker is a very good left tackle. John Stewart can be a very good left tackle. Everybody can't play that position. Like Lex is a horrible left tackle. He is a right tackle, for example. He's the right guard. He can play that position well. Swamp Thing right now, oh man. And I hate to keep trashing Swamp Thing. And I'm not trashing. I'm just being honest. I'm being transparent about Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is very squishy. He's not a very good right tackle right now. Without the Poison team, he is not good. Like Superman here, he could be a really good main tank, left tackle, whatever you want to call him. He could be a very good one, but he runs best with Mr. Terrific because of Mr. Terrific's passive. Or no, not his passive, but his yeah, also his passive and his leadership ability. That's why people keep getting Superman DCU confused. They see him in the front a lot, and I see him in the front a lot on teams he shouldn't be in the front of. I'm like, dude, there's no Mr. Terrific there, so why is DCU Superman? I'm not gonna say anything. Hey, maybe they didn't have another tank, and that's all they had, so maybe that's why. That could be the case. Or maybe they just like really like Superman DCU. But I think people need to also remember that he works best with Mr. Terrific. But he can be played on a lot of different teams. Like I've tried him out on my block team. He worked out fine. I liked him, but I took him off and put Batman on there because I feel like Batman just has that better single target damage. It's just a personal preference. And plus my Batman is a rank or rank 10. As you see, Batman just annihilated that guy. Even with the color mismatch, he annihilated that guy. So I like Batman a lot. He's a very good character. I tell anybody, and I'm glad he's an epic instead of a legendary. I'm probably gonna lose this one because they're doing a lot of damage. Yep, there goes Batman, Wonder Woman. It's a wrap. But once I get Nightwing up to level 220, I'm gonna give this another try. I'll probably do it in a video or maybe I'll live stream it. I always like to check these and see if I can get it any progression in them. Let's see, Kid Flash here. Do I have anybody else? I could go with Pandora. Yeah, I'm gonna give Pandora a try. Okay. Throne, Disrupt the Cannon, Batmobile. I might take the Disrupt the Cannon out. Nah. I might as well just keep it. We'll give this a shot and see how it goes. I tell players if they were able to get their hands on Aquaman, he's the best investment. Don't go for Swamp Thing right now. You don't know because as a standalone character without the poison team, he's just not very good. He's only going to be good with that team. Aquaman, he's the everything man. He could do it all. He would be your best investment for your eighth metal, taking him to the moon, just take him beyond. You won't have any buyer's remorse. Because right now, there's a couple of characters I could say I have buyer's remorse, and Peacemaker isn't one of them. Peacemaker is very good because we don't have a lot of red characters that can heal. And then, like a game mode like this, him providing that heal and also being so tanky, he is a good character. He's not busted, and that's a good thing. We don't need every character to be busted. We just need a character to do certain things, and Peacemaker fulfills that niche. He's a very niche character. As a team, he doesn't have four people. He has two people. You can slot them on. They do work. They do work. They work well. I like Judo Master a lot. I just didn't pull him. I didn't get it. Well, I pulled for him. I just didn't get him. So let me rephrase that. I did pull for him. I just didn't get him. So hopefully, once Cheshire gets into the game, I'm able to pull her because you need Cheshire. There's no point in pulling Swamp Thing unless you're gonna go for Cheshire and Doctor Poison. If you're not gonna pull for those characters, don't get Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is bad. He is not good right now as a standalone character. I've tried him in a couple game modes. He just does not work well. He's heavily dependent, and I feel like the artifact that they're pulling out this season for the Poison team that should have been in Swamp Thing's kit. M- I'm only speculating here. I have no evidence, but it feels like to me, and I'm just talking from my perspective, that someone had a great idea and said, "Hey, this ability right here is going to be very strong. So how about we take it out of Swamp Thing and put it into an artifact that's going to go on Swamp Thing anyways because the Penguin doesn't need it. You're not going to put it on Cheshire. You're not going to put it on Poison Ivy, and you're not going to put it on Dr. Poison. You're going to put it on Swamp Thing because whoever's taking damage, most likely, which is going to be a front tank Swamp Thing, that's what the artifact is made to do. So it was something that should have been on Swamp Thing. I don't like that they put that into an artifact. I don't like that. The reinforcement, that's cool. But the artifact, they didn't need to do that because it's only good for one character. And it's a legendary character that's not that strong right now, especially as a standalone character. Now, if you put him on any team and if you attack Swamp Thing, period, and he's poisoning people who touch him, that would have been cool. You can do it, but you have to get the artifact and then you have to rank it up. So that's just something I say people should take into consideration. And unless you really like the poison team, I would say this may be a team you can pass. You could pass on, revisit later, let other people burn their resources up, let them spend their money. You can eat for Thanksgiving and Christmas and buy gifts and all that good stuff. Go Black Friday shopping. I would rather do that. That's what I would tell most players at this point, especially if the devs continue this trend of selling a product and changing it 3 days later. Stop selling me a car that work a certain way, coming back days later and taking my tires off or taking my windows off. I didn't buy the car with no windows or no tires. I bought it as is. So before you make those changes, you need to consult with me and maybe give me an option of saying, hey, I can return this car now. Not take my money, not take my resources, and then change whatever you wanna change, and I'm stuck like that without any say so. That's not good for a game. It's not good for a product. That's gonna be really frustrating. I'm pretty sure a player maybe quit today because of that. Some player took their disruptor cannon up to rank 5 and they nerfed it into the ground. They took that ability away. Right now, that ability until you fixed it, until I feel like until you have a way to fix it or replace it, don't just take off the rank you don't like because overperforming. You knew that thing was overperforming. If you didn't know, then that's shame on you. That's nothing to do with the players or the people who invested into the disrupted canon to do something that you sold it as. When we read this, we didn't even have to touch it, and we could look at rank 5 and say, that's busted. That's why I want it. It looks busted. You're giving me something to help me push content. We're happy because some of this content it can be very hard, and as a free to play player, to get an item like this because let's be real, most free to play players aren't gonna have the legendaries that I have. A lot of free to play players not gonna have Deathstroke. They're not gonna have Aquaman. Aquaman is the best legendary in the game. He's the best. It's not even close. I'm not the only one saying it. ESPN is saying it. Other people are saying it. Mr. Squirrel says it. Everybody's saying it. It's not just me, people. Everybody's saying it. So if everybody's saying it, there has to be some truth to it. Has to be some truth to it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So if you're free to play and you want that one character, hey, Aquaman is that guy. Don't play around with your resources. Like if I could start over right now, I was focused way more on epics than legendaries. The only legendary I probably would aggressively go after and rank up is Wonder Woman. She is really the only legendary that you need. Now that Jon Stewart is buffed up on steroids, his shield is on steroids. Dude, that dude is better than some legendaries. And that's the truth. He's going to be easier to rank up. He's going to be easier to farm. And the dude is better. He's just better. It's no pair him with Nightwing. I know what people are gonna say. Hey, shields and block don't mix. It doesn't matter. Jon Stewart is the exception to the rule. Like Aquaman, he is the exception to the rule. These guys break rules. John Stewart is a rule breaker. He doesn't care about the rules. His shield is that good. He everybody else would be gone. He'll still be there with a shield fighting. He'll still be there. He'll be there. There's plenty of times I've clicked on a map and I've walked away. I come back, John Stewart's still fighting. Everybody else is gone. He's just still fighting. He's just still shooting. He's good. And he was doing this at rank 7. I didn't even have rank 8 John Stewart until a few days ago. He was at rank 7, still fighting, still going. So I tell anybody, take rank get if you get John Stewart, farm him, take him to the moon. Nightwing, same thing. Ocean Master, same thing. Pandora, same thing. Kid Flash, same thing. These are easy no-brainers. You won't have buyer's remorse with certain characters. They're always going to be good. They're solid characters. Zatanna's another one. I haven't had the best of luck pulling her shards, but she's very good. I've seen plenty and enough gameplay to know that if you stick her on most teams, she is very good. What she provides, the frantic, the lifestyle. She's basically a walking artifact. Wonder Woman is like Zatanna, but she can actually attack. That's what I like about Wonder Woman. She gives a benefit to the whole team, and that's the type of characters you want to keep your eye out for. What is the character doing for the whole team? Like, not Ocean Master, but Aquaman giving shield to the whole team. Those shields give the School of Fish give recuperate 2 stacks of recuperate. So he's a very good investment. See that heal that just popped off? That was Aquaman. That's why I took Bloodsport off the team and I use him other than Elite Arena because Aquaman has his own team, which is a sacrifice team. I I use Aquaman with the block team when it comes to main game or arena, not Elite Arena. I use Aquaman. I don't use Bloodsport. He's the better pick by far. It's not even close. Bloodsport, you only want to rank him up, and the only place you're going to use him if you have Aquaman. Maybe you slot him in on the Elite Arena team. So, do you really think that's a good investment in your resources? Only putting him in maybe for you? Yeah. For me, I don't think so. Because I'd rather use Batman. Still won't use him. I'll still use Batman because even though Deathstroke is in the back and he's doing damage, I still like to have Batman back him up. I still like having Batman there to do damage. My blue team isn't that strong, but I give it a shot anyways. But yeah, I like Batman a lot. I like Batman a lot. Hopefully when they come out with a legendary Batman, he's busted because it's Batman. I can see them making a DCU Batman. I could see that. When they bring the Joker out, man, they need to have a Harley Quinn that's an epic to match it. Because I would like to see the Joker get the same treatment Aquaman got. I would like to see that. I think that would be cool. I also think they should add Doomsday to the game, and he'd be an absolute menace. A tank. That's a menace. I think he should be a tank. I think Doomsday should be a tank that's just like a menace. An attacking tank. Like the dude is just busted. That's what I want to see. I would take him to the moon right away. I want to see Shazam in that game. I think that that'll be another fun team to have. Shazam, Black Adam, add those characters. I think that would be sick. Hopefully, they add those characters at some point next year. And I know a lot of people was disappointed that Swamp Thing was the legendary over Joker. I get it. I heard it. But I think they should take their time with Joker. I think they should take their time with him. I think they should definitely have another Harley Quinn because you're gonna want to put Harley Quinn with the Joker. Who's not gonna want to put the Harley Quinn with the Joker? But the current Harley Quinn that's in the game, she's not good. She's not good at all. She's an elite, so you can see there's Harley Quinn right there. You have no use for her. She's not good at all. They need to bump her up to an epic, especially for a Joker release. And that was my biggest gripe with that. People wanting the Joker as the new legendary. When I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Let's get a better Harley Quinn. Then we could talk about that. Then we could talk about that. Then we could talk about the Joker. Take your time with the Joker. Don't mess him up. Don't put him out there and he's good, then you turn around and take off all of his abilities, don't or nerf him. I don't want that. I want them to take their time with the Joker. It's okay if they take their time with some of these characters. I like the fact that the Dells they're dropping characters. They're dropping characters like mixtapes. Before I can even listen to one mixtape, they've already got another one out. They're telling you how much this mixtape is better than the last one. And I haven't even heard the last one. It's like right before I finally got my sacrifice team, and this is how I feel, and this is why I'm comparing it to that. As soon as I got my sacrifice team up to a level where they're reasonable, they're doing good, they're thriving, you've already dropped the poison team. I was just like, man, sacrifice team didn't even get their time to really shine before you dropped another team. Is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know. You tell me. I just think for me, I would have liked it to digest and have my fun, get my money's worth, my time investment worth more out of the sacrifice team before they threw the poison team. Would have hurt them to push the poison team back to maybe late November, early December? Who knows? Maybe they got something else planned. But that's a lot of content, a lot of characters. And some people they want every single character. That's expensive. Very expensive. But yeah, let's work our way back here to the arena. See if we can get a couple of challenges. I've dropped down to rank 12. I usually like to hang out around 4 through 10 area. That's why I usually like to hang out at. This guy's higher than him. I get a couple more points. This guy's there every single time I try to pick. He's there. See, I can refresh this. This guy's gonna always be there. Okay, this guy's a little bit higher, so maybe I'll take him on and get other guy a break. So let me line them up a little bit. I want him there, him at the front, mirror at the back. That looks good. I like to change this up sometimes just to give my just switch it up a little bit to see how good my sacrifice team is. Cause I could have used my block team with Aquaman, Peacemaker, Deathstroke, and they would have still got this done, even though the color advantage is in his favor. They still would have beat this team. But I also like to test out my sacrifice team with Martian Manhunter. This guy is awesome. I tell anybody, Martian Manhunter is awesome. See, he just makes his team more tankier. Even if I got Dr. Fate, I don't think I would trade him out for Martian Manhunter at this point, especially now Martian Manhunter has gained so much value with the poison team being in the game now. Because Martian Manhunter gives 30% damage reduction, but when you rank him up to rank 10, he gives 40% damage reduction. He has a heal, has a bypass of him getting healed, then he heals his whole team for 20% of the heal that he got. Plus, he has a cleanse. He's more consistent than Lex. The shields don't block poison, but having a 30% damage reduction on poison, no, that's gonna work. I think that that's gonna be a lot better than shields. A lot of people are saying shields, and that's one of the things I watched Mr. Squirrel videos just like everybody else. And that's one thing I would disagree with him, but it's not like I'm gonna argue like, oh, okay, you're right, you're wrong. It's cool. People have different opinions and we should hear different opinions. That's what makes a game great because everybody has the same style, the same taste, the same thinking. Then that's kind of boring to me. I'm a more defensive in synergistic style player. I want players that and characters that work well together. It's cool to have a character that's a really good standalone character, but if he doesn't work with other characters, then I'm not gonna invest that much in that character. But Martian Manhunter, his value just went up through the roof because of the poison team. His value just went up. I think that he's gonna be the character they try to do the rerun banner on because the poison team. I could be wrong. I have no facts. Devs don't talk to me. I don't talk to the devs. I don't get emails. I'm just letting you know what I think. If they wanted to give players a chance to fight against the poison team, they should give players the option of that banner to pull for Martian Manhunter. Because all players aren't going to pull for the poison team, and I understand because there's a lot of characters, a strong is a lot of investment, but also give us a way to counter that team too. As you can see, Martian Manhunter, he's good. He's luring attack. He's giving his team damage reduction. He's giving his team a heal. What more can you ask for out of a character? You still think that character suck? I don't think that character suck. That's awesome. Everybody doesn't need to do damage. Everybody doesn't need to do damage. We got enough damage dealers. Who's gonna heal? Who's gonna debuff? Who's gonna cleanse? Everybody can't be a damage dealer. So this is going to be my team I use to counter the poison team. I'm going to use my sacrifice team. A lot of players think that the poison team is just going to straight steamroll sacrifice team. I don't think so. Pandora has a pretty good heal and cleanse. I'm gonna continue to invest in this team because I could take my Mara to rank 10. I need a few more shards, and then I'll be able to take Pandora to rank 10. Constantine's already ranked 10. Martian Manhunter, and see, this is why I go back to the double legendary, only investing in one legendary team. See, outside of this team or this meta, I'm gonna put this meta because the poison team is gonna be the new meta, the new hotness. I might consider putting resources and trying my best to get Martian Manhunter up to rank 10 because of the meta. It may take me a month and a half, 2 months, who knows? But if the poison team is that good, but it's all determined on how good the poison team is. It depends on how good they are. Now, if they're just nuking people left and right, and I just need that damage reduction, then yeah, I might have to free plan some of my upgrades and just go straight for Martian Manhunter because I rather buff up and put resources into one character that's going to help my whole team out than trying to build a whole new team, if that makes sense. The SAC team doesn't need nothing but maybe that one character. Instead of a person trying to say, okay, well, I'm gonna try to make the whole Mr. T team. The whole Mr. T team, that's gonna be very expensive. If you got the resources, hey, do what you do, make it happen. I like the Mr. T team. I want the Mr. T team, and that's why I was kind of sad that they they dropped the poison team as soon as they put the Mr. T team and Guy Gardner into the pool for the rotation pool because they didn't really give us a lot of time to really make a choice. But I get it. You could still make the choice. It's just that they knew 9 times out of 10 that most players were gonna go after the poison team, which isn't the wrong thing. It's people can still go after the Mr. T team, but if you're trying to go after build 2 teams at the same time, that's gonna be very expensive and very time consuming, and it's gonna be a very slow process. So I wanted to go for Mr. T team, and I was, but for you guys, for the content, I chose to go for the poison team. That's really why I did it. Once again, I'm gonna keep reiterating. They need to change some things, and the reason why I did not want to really go for the poison team is one thing is because the pity. They need to change this pity as well. They have two separate pities for the legendary pool for the rerun banners and for the feature banners. 150 is extremely too high. It's too high. Now I was lucky enough because I had gone up to 140 pools before I got Swamp Thing. Go back and check out that live stream. I got up to 140 pools and I finally got Swamp Thing unlocked. I had bought 5 single super encrypted tokens. I did 4 single pools, and I was lucky enough to get a second copy. But at that point, I was a little bit disappointed that it took that many pulls. Because if I would have gotten him at around 20 pulls, that would have been great. And then I got another one around 40 more pulls, I still would have had super encrypted tokens. But the fact it took so many pulls to get Swamp Thing and he doesn't perform great, not even good, that's where the buyer's remorse and the resentment sets in. So I'm really hoping that once you get Dr. Poison, once Cheshire's in the game, this guy pops off. He needs to pop off because he ain't doing nothing right now. And I hate to even show that gameplay to people right now because I'm pretty sure there's videos out there on YouTube already of Swamp Thing, and he's not good. It's not good. This isn't my opinion. This is not hearsay. These are facts. Swamp Thing isn't good in his current form without the Poison Team. As a standalone character, I feel like he should be able to at least take hits regardless without being on a Poison Team, but he doesn't. So we're gonna leave that at that. Okay, there goes Nightwing. We got this battle easy. But see, this is what I want people to see. You don't need Dr. Fate. I don't think Dr. Fate will help this team out in this upcoming meta. Martian Manhunter will. Pandora's not going to be able to do everything that needs to be done to give this team a fighting chance against the Poison team. She's not going to be able to do it. She's a very good character. She's a very good character, but she's going to need help. Martian Manhunter is that help. And you got to start thinking in that way, strategy wise. If you have no teams that can beat, and I argue, I think the block team may, I don't know. I see, I go back and forth because the block team is so slow. Nightwing and Ocean Master is so slow. And that's why I think the Poison team definitely gonna beat them bad. And I think it's not gonna be close. It's not gonna be close. The only character on that team I would say that's gonna do well against the Poison team, maybe Deathstroke, and that's the attack Swamp Thing. But Swamp Thing isn't that tanky. So you should be able to get by with Aquaman and Pandora, easy. And also, Martian Manhunter, he increases his attack the longer the fight goes on. He grows his health, gets stronger, hits harder. Should be fine with just those three to handle Swamp Thing. If not, just using Aquaman and Pandora. But we're gonna have to wait and see because it's definitely gonna be interesting. The Poison team got a lot of colors on there too. I noticed that they're not just like blue and green. You have Penguin that's a red character. Let me see if I can see the character files in here. I could have sworn someone else was a red character. I could be wrong because I haven't really looked at it. Yeah, see, she's a green. We got blue and green so far. Who? Dr. Poison? Yeah. Yeah, we already know Poison Ivy's a blue. What is Dr. Poison? I don't see Dr. Poison's thing in here. Nope, I don't think Dr. Poison's in the game yet. Nah, Dr. Poison's not there yet. She might be a blue or a green. Not 100% sure. I'm gonna have to check later. So what else do I need to do? Let me check out. So I said I got two there. Six, five. Just trying to recheck some things before I go watch football. Wonder if we got anybody here that watch football. 15. Oh man, I only need 2,000 more points to get that. Let me see if I can try to get this done. Hopefully this works so I can get those 2,000 points. Yep, got it. 60 coins, 60K coins. That's it. I got lucky the other day and got 25 of those tickets. I know that's extremely rare. So I've dropped down quite a bit in Elite Arena. So let me get some of this out the way. So I like this setup a lot. I faced this guy quite a bit. He used to beat me a lot, but I think I've figured him out. He's still a good player though. I still like his account. He has the bride there, but this is the team that I've gone against quite a bit of his, and I think that he needs to start really thinking about what he wants to do with this team because he just has one, two, three tanks there, Deathstroke and Wonder Woman. It's just those are five good standalone characters, but there's no real synergy there. This is why this team is losing, even though he has the levels and the type advantage. The synergy isn't there. And that's what players have to take into accountability is that just because you have really good characters don't mean they work well together. They don't play well together. Now, sometimes can they just be over leveled and they beat you? Of course, they may do that right now. He may just beat me based off over level, but recently I've been able to beat his characters just based off synergy. So we'll see. I didn't check to see if he had increased his levels or not. I just know that I was beating his team before with this same team, but maybe he leveled up one of the characters to be a lot stronger. Maybe I'm gonna lose it. So, but we'll see. It's interesting. Weather changing, allergies and stuff kicking in. Oh boy, it's already almost 2 o'clock here. Football game halfway done, probably over with. See, I'm in here streaming while football's on. Man, and see, as you could, oh man, see, this is why I like Aquaman so much. he just he just keeps everybody alive. And once one of his characters drop, it's just like the beginning to the end for his team. There's no one really healing on his team. Aquaman's healing, Pandora's healing, Constantine's giving a heal, Martian Manhunter's healing. Like as a collective, they're doing a great job. Okay, there goes Peacemaker. There goes the Bride. It's just a matter of time because even though he has the higher level characters there, it's just a matter of time. He has the type advantage, everything. He's still gonna lose this match. Kind of remind me of the Dallas Cowboys, if we being honest here. Got a bunch of superstars on the team, but they don't work well together. They're not playing as a team. Just a bunch of individuals. And that looks scary, of course, but they're not gonna win matches. They're not gonna win anything. Now, this is my weakest team by far, but John Stewart has brought this team alive. I will also say Peacemaker would be a good substitute for John Stewart with Lex. Lex and John Stewart together, I think this is a phenomenal combo because you're just working with shields. And also, that provides a lot of cover for your AoE characters like Green Arrow and Wonder Woman. And using Kid Flash is a very good option because he's constantly killing. But I also think Zatanna may be better, especially for the damage side of it. You want Zatanna, I think, especially with the amount of attacking that John Stewart is doing, having Frantic. I think that this will make this team even better. But Kid Flashing is a very good option. I will say Kid Flash is a very good option. But I just think Zatanna may work better, especially once you get her badge up and you rank her up. I just think Zatanna would be the better one because she's also helping with that crit damage that Wonder Woman and Green Arrow need. And I also think John Stewart will benefit from having Zatanna more on the team too. But Kid Flash, he does a good job. He does a great job of just also healing, especially because I put the Stone and also 4-piece the speed set on Kid Flash, so he's just popping off. He's all over the place. So he's not a bad option. You can't go wrong either way. Can't go wrong either way. And see, I'm happy to see that my second team, which is my weakest team, is starting to get wins. This is how I was able to advance so far in Victor's Arena, and I was able finally to get and this was like my second time ever making it to Victor's Arena. The first time I made it, I got beaten the very first round, and this time I was able to place in the top 4, and I had a really good draw too, so I will take that into consideration. I'm just put that out there because some of the guys with the top teams, quite a few of them, they ended up fighting each other in earlier brackets. A lot of them weren't in my bracket. I had a pretty easy bracket this time around. And sometimes that's okay. You don't have to feel bad because you got an easy draw this time. It's random, it's RNG, and that's a good thing. Sometimes you're gonna get the top 1 and 2 players to fight each other in the early brackets. So you don't have to worry about the same 2 players sweeping everybody every single time. I think that that's great. Victor's Arena is one of my favorite game modes because I'm a competitor. I've always been a competitor growing up, and I think in this game, it fits very well. And the fact that they give you a frame to represent that you have won Victor's Arena, I think that's really cool. It's like having a WWE belt, and the more you win, you can upgrade it and show more and more that you've won several Victor's Arena titles. I think that that's really cool. And right now, and I like that they also have that for Crisis Watch because everybody don't like PvP. Some people don't care for it, and that's fine. But I think that's great that they took that into consideration and say, "Hey, everybody don't like PvP, and everybody don't care for that, so we're gonna give people who like League Hall gameplay a lot. You could get a special frame for ranking high in League Hall. So if you really one of those players who there for the team, there for the people, and you're helping take down that boss, you're putting a lot of damage in. I'm glad that they have a reward for you as well. I want all of them. I like Crisis Watch. I like the blue frame as well. I think they're really cool, and the fact that you can just upgrade those, that's really cool. That's a nice touch, and that's my thing. I'm not here to just complain and point out everything bad about the game. There's no such thing as a perfect game, but you can work on towards having the best version of the game that you can have. I do believe that. I do believe in that. I think that we all deserve to have the best possible game experience that we can have, especially for a game like this, a mobile game. This isn't like a PlayStation 5 game where you buy it, okay, you may buy a battle pass and microtransactions. Like games like this, it's a high investment. It's not a cheap game to play. It's not free to play friendly. It's really not. And that's why I really support the free to play friendly community because it's a hard thing to sit here and you see all these great characters come out and you have no chance of really getting them. Their chances are slim to none. And Slim just left. None is just none. When you get there and you start pulling, you're like, my odds are slim to none to getting this character. I start pulling and Slim gone. He's gone. That he's gone. You just left with none. Wow. And he's my one of my alliance members because I'm in this alliance imperfects. and he can't pick, and that's what I like about this too. So people can't say, "Well, you guys are just teaming up and attacking." It's random, so we don't know who we're fighting. We fight each other more. I fight my own clans people all the time. It's not a big deal. They knock me down, I knock them down. This guy has improved this account a lot too, because I was beating him at first, but lately he's been beating me. So I just think he's okay. I'm okay with that one. I'll change this one to that. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. This is why I like having Batman on my block team instead of running Bloodsport. I know I'm losing out on the block, and that's another reason why I always try to have Nightwing goes first. Because if they're running the disruptor cannon, he'll take it, and that's fine. I'm okay losing out on a CC. I just don't want it to hit someone like Deathstroke who's doing most of the damage. I don't want Ocean Master to be silenced. I need him to be up. I don't want Peacemaker silence. I don't want Batman silence. I'd rather him take the hit. So I always try to keep that in mind when you're setting your characters up for ultimates. If you're gonna have to take the hit, try to pick the character that you don't need the most to lead off. Also, speaking of disruptor cannon, if you have John Stewart on your team and he ults and get his shield up, the disruptor cannon ain't that good. It bounces right off. It does no damage. It doesn't silence him. I noticed with Lex shields, he still gets hit. What's up with that? I thought all shields were made equal. I see that they're not. The Lanterns, maybe they have better shields than Lex. Because go try it. Don't take my word for it. Put John Stewart in there, put him first, let him alt first against someone who has a disruptor cannon, and you'll see for yourself that the disruptor cannon does not hit John Stewart. What I like about Bash 30 Aquaman, he starts the match off with School of Fish for him and his front ally. And if you let Mara go first, and you know that Aquaman has School of Fish Bash 30, um, the disruptor cannon don't work because you can't damage her. Oh man, I'm losing this third match. Well, this first match. Oh wow, and this happens. Okay, we got Lex out the way, but that Weasel man, Weasel's good. I like that. I like Weasel. He is good. But see, his team is alive because of Aquaman. See, that's the difference Aquaman makes. A team that I should be able to beat, Aquaman makes it so problematic because of his shields, because I can't get them down fast enough. I still might have a chance. It's a slim chance because Weasel is putting in work. See, he's putting in so much work. Yep. Okay, we got Aquaman down. Oh man, Wonder Woman curb stomping me. CC her. There we go. It's gonna be close. All right. There goes the Weasel. We got it. But the problem there was the Aquaman. He is such a taint, such a problem. He's as long as that Aquaman's on the field, he's a threat. That's why I like that guy. And I don't want them to change him. I like Aquaman just the way he is. He functions great. And I'm not saying it as a complaint. I love how Aquaman he makes that difference. He's the difference. And here goes John Stewart. I'm telling you, John Stewart. is AB's. He's like Ocean Master, but on the front line. He's better than Ocean Master. Skill wise, I feel like he's better. You can't affect him. You can't silence him. You can't nerf him unless he's doesn't have the shield. And once I get that artifact, the lantern artifact, I'm going to put it on John Stewart. So right now I have the crit artifact. No, I don't have the crit artifact on him. I'm using an armor piercing artifact on John Stewart. I've been wanting to test that out since he's countering a lot. And see, he just altered again. So look how full his shield is. John Stewart is an absolute monster. And this is just rank 8. This dude is an absolute monster. Pair him with Lex, put some AoE damage dealers at the back, and you can get some good wins. And this is another really good free to play friendly team. So I would tell people too, Lex is a free to play friendly character. Even though he's a legendary, he's free to play friendly because you can get him through the fusion event right now. Maybe in a month or a couple weeks they change it. I hope they do because he's been there for a while. I would like to see another character there, but I wouldn't heavily invest into Lex. I would probably take him to rank 8, and that's where my Lex is right now. Take him to rank 8 and leave him there because he doesn't really have a real team. You don't really want to put such a high investment into a character like him because he is a legendary. John Stewart will be a far better investment because he's an epic and he's easier to farm. Oh wow, I might lose this match, but I already know who will be the last survivor on my team. It's gonna be John Stewart. I just like seeing this guy work. This is why I say I think maybe Zatanna might be a better fit for this team than Kid Flash. But in this situation right now, because Wonder Woman hasn't attacked yet, I go back and forth on it. But it's just it's personal preference. They're both good in their own right, but it's not a bad choice. There's not a bad choice when it comes to Kid Flash and Zatanna because he has such a good burst heal. And right now, I could definitely use that heal. Oh no, who did Kid Flash heal? I didn't even see that. Did anybody see that? I didn't even see who he healed. Looked like he didn't heal anybody. That's weird. So this is gonna be a 1-1 match. But this is why I like the block team as well. See, you only really need Ocean Master and Nightwing. And this is why I talk about Peacemaker again. Peacemaker is very good. He's still very good. I still think he's a very good tank because he has a very unique kit, and I think a lot of people are overlooking his kit. You don't have a lot of red characters that heal. In certain game modes, when you only use red characters, he comes in handy. He has a team that works well with him. He has a unique kit, so he's very tanky. To take hits, he brings eagerly to the battlefield. He has a lot to offer. So don't overlook Peacemaker. I'm not saying I'm gonna say he's not as good as Aquaman, but I would say that he's not a bad. So if you ever draw him, don't treat it as is a death sentence or something. Don't feel like you got a really bad character. He's a really good character. Superman DCU, he's good, but see, that's why I look at Superman DCU. He's not. He's tanky, but a lot of people are misusing him. I don't know if this guy just didn't have any other tanks or he's working on Mr. T team or something like that. But DCU Superman is only really super tanky when he's paired with Mr. Terrific. He's not a true tank outside of that team. He's a tank on that team and that team only. Unless you have Mr. Terrific, I would not use Superman DCU on the front row. He's not that tanky. Oh man, I thought my marrow was gonna go down for a second. Look at Martian Manhunter just going to work. He's slapping people. It's like on Rick James. I ain't gonna say the B word because I don't know if we have kids who watch these videos or not. I would feel some type of way if I was a parent and I go up in there and I see a grown adult cursing and swearing. That's why I don't do that on stream. I don't do that in real life. Treat people like the way you want to be treated. Look at the slaps, just slapping. There goes Mara. Look at Aquaman just putting in work. Yeah, it's a wrap. See, Martian Manhunter is so disruptive. He's dropping their attacks. He's putting out damage reduction. Look how consistent he is. And it's not affecting the other characters. That's what I wanted you guys to see is that Martian Manhunter is attacking, constantly attacking. He's very disruptive. He's doing a lot on the battlefield, and other characters are still going. They're still going. It's not the same with Lex. It's not the same. I'm gonna check a few other things. Hope you guys enjoy the stream and have to go eat me some lunch, watch some football. But I definitely wanted to come spend time with you guys or whoever will see the video because I enjoy playing this game and I love this game a lot. I really like this game, but it has its issues. And just because I love a game doesn't mean that I can't criticize the game. Doesn't mean that. And because I want the game to be the best version of this game that it could be, I'm going to criticize the game when it's good and they're doing things good. I'm going to say they're doing things good. Trying to be as transparent as possible when it comes to this stuff because I don't want people to have buyer's remorse. I don't want someone who don't have very much money coming onto a game like this feeling they need to spend or buy in in order to play this game. At minimum, the best bang for your buck, and I'm always gonna say this throughout the stream. Anytime I stream, hey, security plan first. If you can get the growth fund, get the growth fund. The best bang for your buck. You're completing the content anyways. Might as well get something for it. I feel like they could have given this to players. That's my feelings on it, but hey, it is what it is. It's $10. It's gonna help your account out a lot. It's very good resources. And then if you really just want to while you're AFKing, get the best um for your time for AFKing. Like I check this twice a day, every 12 hours to maximize the production from the drone. If you want to buy this for $5 and it lasts for 30 days, I feel like it's good value. It's decent. It's not nothing overpriced. I feel like it's decent value. So those three items I would recommend to any player. And if they really do want to buy something just for the wish here, which I do, the only thing for artifacts that I would buy is this right here, $2.99. In all these purchases, you want to do it once a day when you need to, so you can maximize your wishes. Because if I buy all this stuff at the same time, I only get one wish. So every time the game resets daily, for me, it's at 7 o'clock. If it's 8 o'clock for you, I would say make one purchase per day. So if you have to, if the season resets and you get your and you get the security plan, buy that and that's it for that day. You got the security plan. Then the next day, hey, you buy your drone. That's it for that day. The next day, if you want the if you want the growth fund, buy that. That's it. So every time you make a purchase, you're getting a wish. That's how you should spend. If you're going to buy, even if you're going to buy Swamp Thing, if you say, okay, I'm going to buy this Swamp Thing, I'm just using this as an example. Like both of these here, I want both of these. I'm not going to buy both of them the same day. I buy one, that's it. Get the wish, that's it. The wish, they last forever. They start over. That's a good thing. So you don't need to feel pressured to fulfill it within like 30 days or something like that. That would suck. I'm glad that this is left like this for now. You never know. They may see this video or they just may say, hey, we want to change that. We may want to give them 30 days to complete their wish. That would suck because then they'll put more pressure on players to spend. But if you're going to spend and be a minimalist player anyways, then you spend and get this and that'll help you build up your artifacts. All the rest of this, I wouldn't touch it. I would not touch it. I wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it. Like, and when you get the growth, one buy a day, even if you're gonna buy all this up one time, at one time, it's not going to kill you to wait the next day to buy the growth fund or buy something once a day. If you're gonna spend, this game is very expensive. It could be very, very expensive. So I will reiterate just one purchase a day. That's the rule. One purchase a day and you'll be fine. Just follow that rule. You buy it in whatever order you want to buy, but one purchase a day to maximize it. Because once you collect everything in the wish, you'll get a new one. So that's how I purchase. That's how most conservative players purchase. They're not just going crazy. It's a method to the madness. If you're going to spend carefully and conservatively. Conservative. So I know I'm gonna buy this. So that'll be the only purchase I make that day. Get that wish. It adds up. There's a couple of more things I need to check really quick. Yeah, I wanted to check my crisis watch before I logged off as well. So right now I'm ranked 6. So as long as I stay above the top 10 right now for till this resets in a day and 14 hours, I get this reward. I'm trying to get my account to 220, then maybe take a couple of more shots at it. That's why I'm saving my diamonds here. I'm using my diamonds. Once I could get Nightwing up to 220, hopefully I can get it done later today or tomorrow because I have some experience. I have good resources here to level up.
but I don't have the titanium. If I could get to 220, maybe I get a better ranking in Crisis Watch and get more resources. I want to take another crack at that before that resets. Cause I did really good in this. That's the only reason why I'm not gonna buy this. And I've been buying this stuff right here. So at reset today at 7, I'm gonna buy the titanium resources here. Go ahead, try to level him up as close as I can to 220, because that's gonna boost up all my other characters. Because I don't use these characters right now in Crisis Watch. I think I'm using Wonder Woman, Lex, Constantine, Green Arrow, and I can get them to 220 or as close as I can to 220. I think that they may give me the damage that I need to clear that stage a little bit faster so I can rank up a little bit higher and get past these guys here. Because I had the number one rank. It only lasted half a day, but I had the number one rank. And I've scooted down to rank 6 now, which is still not bad. But if I can get at least up to rank 2 or 3, then I can get those resources in that new frame. I'd rather have 1,500 diamonds, but if I get 1,000 diamonds, that's still great. I This resource is very valuable, so I'm trying to get as much as I can. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. And if you're picking up what I'm putting down, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, 2x